I just didn't like Sora Toshimono. Sorry. Here's something funny. Takashi Murakami. Any of you guys know who that is? Artist in Japan. He's done a lot of super flat art. He's done a lot of stuff talking about what anime art is like and so forth. And he does some fairly, let's just say, fairly ecchi artwork. But it's all meant to be sort of a commentary, so it's real art. There's one guy who is a young man who is, let's just say, giving himself self-pleasure. And that's the statue. And there's also a naked girl who's transforming into basically a Valkyrie, which is very odd. She's literally in the middle of a transformation sequence. It's strange. Anyway, he's done a lot of work on super flat and a lot of really interesting artwork. Super flat is basically the really flattened style of artwork, where there's almost no distinction between backgrounds and foregrounds and so forth. Well, he's going to have an exhibition at, let's see here, at the Chateau Versailles, as in France, Versailles, France. They're going to put up a bunch of his statues in there. Now, no, they're not going to put the guy who is pleasuring himself. But yes, kind of like the Digimon movie. That's very Murakami inspired. So it's going to put a bunch of his statues there in his artwork. And the French have collected 4,000 signatures in protest against this guy because, let's see here, how do they put it? They've called the show illegal. How did they put it? They've claimed that there's something in here saying that basically it's not worth showing here. And I don't see, there we go. Traditional groups are protesting, citing his past works as proof that Murakami's works, quote, have no place in the royal apartments, end quote. So basically they're saying his works are trashy pop stuff and don't belong in something as important as Versailles. Now granted, this is an important point, that when you have somebody who's done a lot of sort of pop cultural commentary within his art, the question is that really appropriate in a very traditional, very sort of classic art place like Versailles, where you got a lot of, crystal and classic art and things like that. It's, I can kind of see where they're coming from in the sense that, it's not that Murakami is evil, it's just that his stuff just really isn't appropriate in a place like Versailles. I don't know. I personally think it's one of those just crazy overreactions that, oh my gosh, it's all, tentacle rape. I don't know. But it just seemed kind of a little bit of overreaction, just a little bit. Oops, I just killed the wrong story. Oh well. Let's go back to the full news list and pop up some of the other interesting news story. Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. Apparently there's one with a girl who is using her breast milk to jump rope. That's pretty inventive. Okay. Oh yes, definitely wanted to mention this. This just won a Harvey Award. This book is The Art of Osamu Tezuka. Yeah, a really big book. And it's by Helen McCarthy, who is awesome. And by the way, she is on Twitter, and she has a blog. Her blog's name is A Face Made for Radio, which I love that title. And this is a pictorial guide to Osamu Tezuka, the god of manga. And so it's got all sorts of artwork in here of past Tezuka stuff. I mean, it's just every page has original Tezuka artwork in it, and or prints of Tezuka stuff. Rather expensive, but it's just fantastic. And what's great is it's really important to understand Tezuka in the context of his art, how his art evolved, things like that. So if you want to understand Tezuka, here's a great way of doing it. And it won a Harvey Award, which is really cool. And the Harvey Award is done by industry insiders, actual comic professionals in America. So it really means that the comics industry in America is really, showing that this is an important thing. It's really cool. Yes, that is Astro like driving a car on the front cover. It's pretty darn awesome. I don't know where she found that particular piece of artwork. Actually, no, I think he's bending steel. I think he's doing the whole bending an iron bar, there. Must be. There's also a disc in the back which I haven't looked at yet, which has apparently got all sorts of awesome stuff on it. So, congratulations, Helen McCarthy. So glad you won that. That's awesome. So let's go back to some of the other news items. Let's see here. Going back. Talked about Star Driver. This is cool. There's a company called NEC Big Lobe, or Big Lobe. I don't know how it's pronounced in Japan. Anyway, they launched a free web manga magazine in Japanese and English. So you can go to this website and read a lot of this manga in English, and it's sort of an experimental manga magazine for like college students, basically, who are good artists. And let me go to it here, see if I can, I'll just type it. Yeah, this is kind of a long URL. Let's see here. Because unfortunately I don't have my nice lower thirds here, because I'm doing it all live. It's creators.biglobe.ne.jp/arena/mangaboshi/monthly. Which, yeah. Go to animenewsnetwork.com and look it up, basically. And really nice artwork. Let me show you this artwork from the main cover, which you probably can't see because of the glare. There we go. That's really nice artwork. So the stuff, and some of it's just like weirdly experimental, but that's pretty darn cool. They have it in Japanese and English. Let me show you some other imagery here. Let's see here. We'll show Little Freaks, which is really odd. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll show you the URL. And let me just pull up some artwork here so you can see that. So here is, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl in a bath. You get to see that kind of stuff. And as you see, it is in English. The URL, let me, it doesn't know. There it is. There's the overlong URL. Can you even see that, is the question. Probably not. Anyway, tell you what I'll do actually. Let me type into the chat box. Imagine that. .biglobe.ne.jp arena mangaboshi. Oh, English monthly. Yeah, that's it. I should probably do show notes for this at some point. That would be kind of nice. So that's nice. That's nice that you have that, and that they're actually releasing some manga in English. Looks like it'll be a monthly magazine, and hopefully they will continue doing that English stuff, because that'd be nice, wouldn't it, to actually get some more manga in English. Like original, straight from Japan. That's pretty cool. Earl not found. Let's see here. All right, 1 second. Nope. I think I made a mistake. 1 second. Got it. It's monthly, not month. I think. Let's try that one. Yeah, /monthly should do it. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and look at that, and that's fun. Moving on, what else we got? This is not a very fun story, but it is news. Group TAC has filed for bankruptcy. And who's Group TAC, you might ask? They are an anime production company that finances and produces anime. They did Night on the Galactic Railroad, have you seen that? They did Touch, bunch of other stuff. Arashi no Yoru ni feature film. Stuff that's weird and different and remarkable and kind of worth watching. Yeah, filed for bankruptcy. They're going down, which is bad. They were only 9 employees, headed by Atsumi Tashiro. Then Tashiro passed away, and apparently the company has not been able to recover from that loss. and they have entered into bankruptcy already, and that's just unfortunate. So we'll see. Now, of course, going into bankruptcy doesn't mean the company's necessarily going to die. It just means that they can sometimes just refinance as a result of that. So hopefully, they'll still stay around and finance other interesting things, but not good. And it's not the only company to go down this week. Yeah, go down, ha ha ha. But there have been some other stuff like that that just doesn't really make me feel so wonderful. Yeah, that's Office Ow is another production firm that filed for bankruptcy. Let me pull up the news on this. I actually had somebody on YouTube forward me this link. Office Ow, yeah, a little more familiar thing. Basically, they co-produced 7 of 7, Girls Bravo, Silent Mobius, Hajime no Ippo, yeah, big one, Alien 9, Kaketsu Zoro, and other. They worked on animation for Aquarion, Boogie Pop Phantom, Blood Plus, Eureka 7, Fafner, Inuyasha, Gundam Seed Destiny, Nia Under 7, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Holic, and a bunch of other stuff. Now, I mean, we're talking, this is one of those companies that shows in one of those credit items where, the following studios helped in the production of this. So this is one of the, 20 studios that helped in the production of this. So this is not the studio that made Eureka 7, and they're just one of the assistants. Need more cider. It's amazing how much this really, takes liquid. Okay. But yeah, so that's not good. This is yeah, Office Ow filing for bankruptcy, and they've been around since 1991. I mean, this is a long-running company that's now gone belly up. Not good. So let's move on to some more pleasant news. Oh yes, this is the. You wanted to hear it. Now I'm going to talk about it. Donten Prism Solar Car. Yay! This is a new manga by the creator of Moonlight Mile and the artist behind Eyeshield 21. These are two pretty big names, and they're collaborating on a manga called Donten Prism Solar Car. It's about a guy who works at an ironworks factory who is approached by some engineering students about building a solar car. So apparently they build one, I'm assuming. I don't know. The artwork looks kind of weird, but that's okay. I mean, your characters, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. But that's fine. I mean, that's kind of what Eyeshield 21 looks like. And so that's pretty cool. So that solar car manga is coming out. Yeah, it is very distinctive. It's a very odd art style, but just, that is the way it is. So those are the main ones that I have pulled out for this week. Let's see if there's anything else really remarkable worth mentioning. I mean, one of the things is I often... the demonic quarterbacks, yeah. Just so you guys know, I don't mention like every single news item that comes out this week, because it's like, Yuri Lowenthal is going to Convention X. It's like, okay, fine. Do I really need to mention every single voice actor or every single character who's going places? Nah, I don't know. So there's some things here that I'm skipping. So let's see here. That is kind of interesting. The mangaka behind